Hey everybody, and welcome to the Wizard Gamers' first YouTube broadcast. Today we're going to be talking about Nintendo Direct and what we saw at their announcements today. First off, what an announcement. What an announcement. Initial reactions, what do you guys think?
There's too many stages. I don't think we need 103. I feel like we're being a little overzealous with this. It's like you can't top that. So once we go to the next one, people are going to lose their mind that there's only 102.
Well, I don't think you can go backwards, right?
You can.
We'll perpetually need 103.
Right. We'll have 104, and it just won't be enough. No, I'm very excited for the game now.
I'm also very excited. I was so disappointed because I got up this morning in preparation for this. I was very much so looking forward to it. When I went to bed last night, I was like, I'm getting up. I'm going to see this. I'm sure it's going to be some sort of fun, exciting announcement. I didn't think it was going to be all 100% Smash Bros. Coverage, which it was. And so anyway, when it was coming on, it was like 3-4 minutes before, and I ended up going upstairs to get myself some coffee, came back down, and I already missed Simon walking onto the stage. And at that point, Brian, you had texted me and you're like, Simon, I was like, I was upstairs for 2 seconds.
Right.
Like
You missed it all.
Everything was very quick. They didn't waste any time with it. They weren't trying to ease us into it. They were just, nope, here's everything. Here's about, you had 30 minutes, I think is what it came out to be, or something just under that.
Yeah, it was 30 minutes.
If there was one disappointing thing for me, it was that I love Smash Brothers. I love all the covers they did on it. But I was hoping for a couple more fun announcements to see a couple things. But it was great to go in depth.
Is it wrong to ask for more characters?
Oh, no. Never wrong. You had mentioned stages. I want more stages. I want more characters. I want 1,600 tracks of music. I always want more, especially when it comes to the Smash world. So what were the things that you guys thought exciting? What are you most excited for? Obviously, the Belmonts is a great drop.
It's funny to me, Charles, is that we started this podcast together on June 14th, and one of the very first podcasts that we did, one of the first recordings, is we talked about game releases and things that were going to be coming out. And then when that happened, we were talking about Smash Bros. And we talked about, Josh, what's your dream character if you were ever missing one? And I couldn't get past Belmonts, like Simon, Richter, Trevor, any one of them. And that's where it was. And so to have this come out now, I was just very, very excited. I was glowing, and that's all I really needed at that point. I was excited when they announced Ridley, but I am beyond excited for the Belmonts.
What do you think, Brian?
So a side note on that, and I was going through some thoughts of what I wanted out of it and kind of what's happened in the last couple of weeks here. Evo just happened. I don't know if you guys caught any of the coverage of that, but for the final for Smash 4 on Wii U, they had the big tournament and turned into these two like 17-year-old kids, and they just sat there for a majority of the time and held B. Everybody had the same character. It was all Bayonetta. Everybody was playing Bayonetta because she's broken. So what I want out of it is I want balanced Bayonetta. I want balanced out characters. I want more Mega Man. But I want really balanced characters. So if they do start to introduce characters again, like they did for Smash 4, to have something that isn't so broken.
Well, if they are to be believed, they say they have the whole team working on it, which I believe this is going to be probably one, if not the biggest release left for Nintendo this year.
Yeah, I would say
this year without question.
Well, yeah, because what did we say on December 7th?
Yes, December 7th is when it's coming out. Yep.
Okay. For me, I just they always do such a good job with their pressers. They just give you enough footage. They let you see all the exciting things, and I'm stoked. I think the way that they've revamped some of the classic levels, involving some of those old ones that you had going back all the way to the 64, I think that's going to be great.
They're bringing back classic mode too.
Oh,
that's exciting.
And the other thing I really liked is their team battle system that they're going to be using. I think that's going to be really awesome. I remember doing that in classic games like Soul Calibur. When that came on, you could go 8-on-8. You could involve multiple people. You play 1-on-1 just with 8 different characters.
Right.
It's just really fun. I'm really looking forward to bringing that to Smash.
I want more Mega Man. I've said it once and I've said it again. I want somebody from Mega Man X, either Zero as a playable character. I know we just also got the announcement that he's going to be an assist trophy, which is super cool. Don't get me wrong, but I would like to have someone else maybe toss in one of the villains, like maybe give us a watered down version of Sigma, or something like that.
That would actually be pretty cool. I didn't even think about that. That would be fun.
Well, now we have and I've Ridley stuck in my head now, but from Metroid, that you have villains and you have the heroes. So it'd be nice to get that same balance for every one of the IPs that are represented within Smash.
Since we're on downers, seeing Alucard show up, see Dracula show up, my initial thing is awesome. We're going to get all these Castlevania characters. That was kind of a downer. That they're going to be in there, which is great, but you'd love to be able to play as these guys, which is going to be unfortunate.
Yeah. One of the main features that caught my eye was they changed the Smash move. They changed it from it just being like this floating ball of who can get there first to now it's a skill based. It's you charge it up as you go, and you have to be able to, you kind of earn it. It feels like you earn it more. So that's one of the optional things that they put in there.
I was going to say that's something that they do in traditional fighting games, though.
Yep.
Whether you have your Street Fighter or your Mortal Kombat, you start to work up to those special ability moves, your X-ray moves or anything like that. Like you have to build that skill. So for me, I've never been a Smash Bros. Guy. I've never really played the games. I've never fallen in love with them. This one I'm very excited for. I'm hoping that with the Belmonts that I'm just going to fall completely head over heel in love with this, and that you guys will end up schooling me up and teaching me how to play this game. So I'm very much so looking forward to that.
Going back to that, the devastating part if you play the old Smash, which so many people have, is when they first introduced that, it worked for you or against you. Either you were getting all the final smashes and you were lighting everyone up, or you're looking for the break and the same guy keeps getting it over and over again. Yep. So this way, everyone's going to get to be able to access their special, which I think is going to be really cool.
And you're still going to have the people who get it every, I think that they said something about balancing, that it isn't just going to be smash after smash after smash after smash. Like it looked like it was going to be balanced out effectively. But we'll see how true that is once we actually get our hands on with it. The other main game type that jumped out to me was Smashdown. You guys remember that at all from it? That was the one where you pick a character, you play it, and then it's out of the roster for the rest of the match. And you go through and you do it over and over and over again.
And I think this is really great because when you play Smash, and just like any fighting game, you get your level of expertise primarily of one person. But it sucks if you're trying to play new characters and you're constantly going against this person.
And you have 50 Bayonettas.
Yep, they're refusing to play someone else. So this, even if you do have an unbalanced character, they're only going to get one crack at it. So I think that's going to level the playing field quite a bit. Which is
that was definitely one of the things that I noticed too, is thinking that I won't have to worry about going against somebody that is just a champ with it. Whenever you play any of the Street Fighter games, if you ever play online, people typically traditionally play as Ken. That's one of the most common ones that you see. And that's, as you guys are discussing Bayonetta, same type of thing. And so with the idea that we're going to get a level playing field, that's exciting. It's very exciting.
There is one worry that I have with online play, staying with that. Nintendo is notorious for not balancing their online play. I played in Splatoon for a while, and we had talked about this before on the podcast as well, is that you would have somebody come in as like a level 2 character going against level 85, 95 players and just getting demolished. Yeah, because it's such a gap in the skill level. It's not just like, oh, well, that person had it for an extra week. It's like, no, they had it for an extra, 2 years of gameplay. It's I'm worried that we're going to see the exact same thing out of Smash Online, that if they have random matchmaking, that's going to be a problem.
They haven't really discussed whether or not there's going to be leveling up for the characters, but I'm sure that there probably is. I know
for players, though. I think players that their profile will have a level to it. So regardless of who you play as, that there will still be levels involved.
So I know that one of the things that in the past that I've heard about with the Smash games is that with the amiibos can level up, and then you can basically save that character's progress, which I'm going to go into my favorite thing everybody knows now by this point is the amiibos. So they announced that they're going to be doing Simon and Richter and K. Rule.
K. Rule.
Thank you, that guy. So apparently they're going to be doing all the amiibos for them, and there was another one in there too. I haven't even had a chance actually to go through and review this, but I know that there was 4 of them that they announced, with 2 of them being the Belmonts, and I am just over the moon excited about that. Like, I love my amiibos, but I am beyond excited to have a Castlevania amiibo. I'm glowing. Yeah. Now, I want to take this a little bit off into a different direction here. So we've got
I'm not done with Smash yet.
No. We are. It's still the same topic. But the internet is buzzing with Castlevania Season 2, right?
Yeah.
We've also got Castlevania in Smash Bros, which is huge, and a lot of people are very excited about this. This has created an internet buzz everywhere. We don't have a Castlevania game yet, but everyone
It's gotta be coming, right?
Everyone is clearly
They're
talking
pining
about
for
it,
it, man.
Exactly. I think this is a huge missed opportunity, and I'm telling you, if we get Castlevania on the Switch, you look at the Switch with, you get Zelda, you get Mario, we have Metroid around the corner, and then if you get a Castlevania on the Switch, I just feel like that's a game over. Like the Switch is just won, like just won the game
for the tail end of the rest of the this console generation.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
And these often work as a teaser, though, to get the whistles wet, and then you drop the game. You get people excited by giving them a little bit of a taste of the gameplay they'd be getting. So absolutely, they're definitely overdue. They're definitely overdue. There's no doubt about that. Back to talking about the online play for a second. Was in terms of that, the one thing I'm hoping is you say this with every game you play online. It comes down to timing a lot of times, but to me, it's never more true than in Smash Brothers. You're talking a game of milliseconds of whether you're going to dodge, make contact, and all that. So I'm hoping that they have a very smooth interface with that, because when you don't have it, it really takes away from the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I know that Nintendo is now bringing in their pay system for online play. I believe that's coming up this September. Correct?
Yep.
But it's only going to be $20 a year. So it'll give them a little bit more money to put into the infrastructure for online play. So I feel like that might help with the balancing for both current titles and for upcoming ones. But I'm still a little skeptical because of the issues that I've seen with the Switch so far with online play.
Yeah, and to echo your point, I don't want to go in there, especially starting out, and especially you who hasn't played. You don't want to go there playing these guys that have this system down. How fun is it to get eliminated in 2 seconds before?
Exactly.
So
yep.
Hopefully they work on that.
It's kind of my same feeling as far as sports games, why I don't play those.
Right.
So do you guys have any theories as to what is this hidden game mode that they have? Do you guys have any theories behind that?
Go ahead, Brent. Nope.
I'm going to say story mode. I think we're going to get some kind of that ropes every character. I loved that about Brawl. I thought they did a really good job with that. It made it immersive. Every last character fan fiction of Nintendo characters I'm okay with. And I think that they could do something really cool with a story mode, with the amount of characters and all the stages and being able to play off of those. And really, they have so many worlds that they can pull from and make something cool out of. I wouldn't be surprised if we got to see that again.
Culminating in a double-hand showdown, a double-hand villain showdown. That's the final boss in the average Smash game.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hands.
I was thinking that too. But I agree with Brian. I think that's going to be some sort of story mode.
Something story-esque, yeah.
Right.
What I would like to see, just with the rise of electronic gaming and everything like that, I would love to see a league. I would love to see a ranking system and different leagues, and you can play through, and you have a record, and you essentially have a Smash season.
So it's ranked online.
And you essentially are playing through a season of sorts. I think if you could swing something like that, I imagine the logistics of that are a nightmare, but I think that would be a fantastic experience.
When we watched this Nintendo Direct with you, and this was your first time seeing it, as Brian and I watched it this morning, seeing your face and your excitement for this, and then bringing out the idea of the league. That league idea never crossed my mind, but when you said it, I got excited for it. And I was like, you know what? That would actually be really cool. I would enjoy to be like on a team, because you have the 3 versus 3 and the 5 versus 5, and if the 3 of us could play against other 3 versus 3, I think that would be a heck of a lot of fun, and I would enjoy that. So if there was a league, I think that would be something. I think that would be a great idea.
And we already know they're doing the tournaments, which is going to be that's fun in itself. Yeah. They did that in Mario Tennis, which is a lot of fun to go through, and you can get into new tournaments very easy, but have something that's a little more, to make it count. And you could have different levels and work your way into higher leagues. It would be a blast.
And I know that they haven't announced any DLC characters as of yet. I'm sure that we'll get some kind of DLC with it. But the kind of going into the logistics of what it would mean to have something like that, like a league play, they would need to justify it by continued consumer spending, which is something that the creative director for 2K has come out and talked about a lot. Is that like with Borderlands or any of their sports games, any of the, all their larger titles, they're talking about return on the investment and continued return on the investment. If they can only sell the game once and then have nothing else outside of that, and we're talking about every single one of these characters is already going to be playable the second that you jump on the game. They kind of missed the ship on that.
One thing, though, that's really interesting that you bring up, right? And I agree as far as a business-esque standpoint, you're not making money by doing something long stream like that. Like, you would definitely want to push out another game. You have your Maddens or your other sports games, your NBA 2Ks and all those things that come out once a year, right? And that's the whole idea of building your money base off of that.
Right.
So I get it. But on the same sense, if you look at Mario Kart 8 for the Switch, in this particular case, they're still throwing out downloadable content. They just did the bike, and that is something that I still enjoy picking up and playing. And I think, who knows?
But was that paid?
Those were free upgrades.
Right. That's what I'm saying with a league. If they were going to justify having those servers up and the amount of maintenance that will go into it, and somebody creating seasons with it, they would need to have some kind of justification for the cost on that.
And I think DLC. I think if you look at something like Fortnite, a free game, with all the DLC, the amount of money that they're making off of that, I think that's just a great blueprint for a lot of places going forward. Hopefully, people can latch on to some of those aspects there.
Definitely.
How many characters are we working with? Who remembers how many characters we're working with?
I don't remember the final.
It's all of them. There. I can't remember what the final count is. It's obviously a lot.
Was it 103?
That was the stage.
That was the stages. And then the one thing we didn't even talk about was, and excuse me while I step over this because we don't know the answer to that, so I'll skip into an answer that we do know. The one thing that I thought was really, really cool was all of the music and how they announced that with all of the music they put into this game, there's over 900 tracks and over 28 hours of music. Sounds amazing, and there's a lot to it. I just think that is a really cool aspect of how much they're putting into the game. And I as a person that enjoys music, I really like the idea of all of these different tracks, 28 hours of music. Like, I can play this game for hours on end, and I will not have heard the same song twice. That is really, really cool. And then they turned it into the media player as well, where you can take it on the go when it's out of its docking station, and you can listen to those tracks. You can make your own playlist. Now, I don't know if they're great songs that I would want to take on the go, but I do love the music, and you and I have talked about this.
Hopefully it's 60% Mega Man, and then that's all I need. It's just Mega Man tracks over and over again on repeat. Maybe a couple Zeldas here and there, but I'd be fine with that.
And for the amount, real quick, I did look up just really quick here. Found so we have 65 with Ridley, plus we have the 2 new Castlevania, we have 2 more from Fire Emblem, and we have King K. Rool from Donkey Kong. So we're up to 70 characters for the new Smash game.
And that's a couple.
Yeah, there's a few.
And the only reason I asked about the characters is I'm wondering, what's our unlock going to look like? Are we going to, how many of these guys are we going to have off the bat? It's very typical to have to unlock your characters in Smash. So I'm hoping that it's something very quick, because I want to be getting to these characters and be playing with everyone as quick as possible. I don't want to have to play.
I like the unlock,
but I do too. But I like to grind through the story 10 times to
if they can do. Yeah, and if they can do something similar to what they did with the 3DS version and with the Wii U standalone version, that if they could do where you beat, I don't know, you do some kind of challenges, make it challenge based rather than how many times can you do the exact same thing over and over with different characters.
And I'm thinking money. I'm thinking it's going to be you pay a few extra bucks, you just get the automatic unlock of everybody.
Yeah,
I'd probably pay it.
I would.
It's a hard thing to say because I just don't feel like Nintendo is that money hungry when they actually do their games. Like, I feel like they treat us right in those particular cases where there isn't a whole lot of.
They take us out to dinner first for sure, but they still. I mean, you don't exactly see a lot of gracious price drops in any of their games. You have everything staying at the exact same point.
They don't depreciate in value. No. They don't lose their value. And
my Wii U is still worth $350. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
About that.
Nobody tell them.
Awkward silence.
Any other thoughts on this announcement? It's very exciting. I'm a big Smash fan. Really looking forward to getting going on this, and I'm sure all of you viewers are as well. Fantastic game. Any other major takeaways from?
Yeah, the one thing we didn't talk about is the very first 30 seconds of the game or the trailer. They killed Luigi. Nobody. We didn't talk about that. Savage. That was holy crap.
Yeah, the Grim Reaper tore his soul out, and then they had his corpse sitting there, and then at the very end, he's dead now. It's canon. It's canon. He's dead.
Yeah, he's officially dead now. Mm-hmm. There will never be another Luigi in any game ever. No. You heard it here first. Wizard Gamers break Luigi's death. Permanent death.
Permadeath.
But no, seriously though, that was one of those big things of like, holy crap, like that was pretty massive. I mean, even your reaction while we were sitting there, you were like, what?
I was shocked. Right? and I was more disappointed because I've always preferred Luigi. I wish they would slash Mario, but what are you going to do?
I mean, he has the ghost training. I feel like it was a smart idea to send him in first. He was right there, ready to take him on. He was flashing the light. He was shooting his plungers. He gave it his best effort.
He would have vacuumed the hell out of that.
He would have vacuumed the hell out of him.
Takeaways for you.
Takeaways. The gameplay looks great. The visuals on it look great. Mm-hmm. All the characters look awesome. All the different added Pokemon and all the other everything, all the additions. It looks great. I'm very, very excited.
Assist trophies.
Yep. So I was taking notes during the presentation, during the direct today, and wanted to go over just a couple things, just so we have like a verbal list that you can hear here, that you can listen to here. There you go. That you can hear some of these different added characters. So some of the new assist trophies, you have Zero, you have Knuckles, Crystal, Claptrap, Cap'n, Chef Kawasaki, which I'm really excited for. I always like him in the Kirby Right Back at You cartoon. Gray Fox, you have from the Metal Gear Solid series, you have Nikki, you have Shovel Knight, you have the Moon from Majora's Mask, you have Rathalos from Monster Hunter, both as a boss and an assist trophy, which again, like we were saying in the first time ever, that's pretty cool. What are some of the characters, if there was one or two characters where you went, I wish that they would have been announced in here, if they had been announced as a playable character, who do you want?
I have people I want that I just don't think have the Nintendo crossover appeal. I'd love to see some of my classic fighting games, your Mortal Kombat and your Street Fighter. Street Fighter, I think you can get away with, right? Mm-hmm. Mortal Kombat is very difficult for me to imagine Sub-Zero coming and ripping someone's skull off, but I would love to see some crossover with the Mortal Kombat series. I think that'd be great, given we're playing a fighting game, and that's one of the original heavy hitters.
Okay. I was thinking more like Mad Dog and Scorpion from Contra. I want to see the original, the best duo. Maybe not as playable characters, but as assist trophies. That'd be kind of cool.
And as we were talking about that, I think you bring up Contra and, the Scorpion, whatever things. If you look at retro games, another great one to plug in here would be Double Dragon. They fit perfectly. They're fighters, so that would be something that would work great into this. Now, I don't know if anyone's even whispered a thought of that, but, if you can make it happen, maybe they'll get the hint in like 5 years.
I can also imagine the 8-bit regular Nintendo Kung Fu character kicking his way through the screen and knocking people out. I think that'd be awesome.
It seems to fit with the Wii Fit trainer kind of, if you were to do something like that.
Yeah, there'd be so many. I could go a million.
And the biggest part that I think that Nintendo is missing out on right now with their characters, with playable characters, is that they aren't, and we talked about this a little bit, was just that they aren't pulling from individual IPs enough, that they aren't pulling from the villains and the heroes on it. You could have Shadow and Tails come in from, Sonic and Knuckles, or you could have Proto Man or Zero or Sigma or whoever else from Mega Man series. You could have so many other people coming in here. And then the other one that was an interesting thought to me was having somebody from Octopath Traveler, just for how new the game is, and people are already asking for something like that.
Mm-hmm. But so it gives them some ideas for DLC.
There you go.
There, so Nintendo will take our check when
and do that. And Waluigi. I don't care myself, but
I do.
He's been memed up and down, and I feel like he should be put into the game.
He deserves it.
He is definitely all over everything lately. I would imagine that maybe we'll get another Nintendo Direct where that comes out. I mean, you already have Wario in there, and he comes through. So
he's paid his dues. Great character. I'm Mario Tennis. The guy, he's getting a big push right now. He's about to go for. Maybe he'll get his own game here soon.
Last character thought.
Castlevania.
Maybe he'll be in Castlevania. There you go. Last character that I want is Sora from Kingdom Hearts. I want somebody from Kingdom Hearts, or Goofy. I don't care. One or the other. But
that would be fun.
I don't think that's a one or the other.
I feel like Sora would be an easy
Goofy
one
in
to
Smash
do.
Bros. What's that?
I feel
Sora
like-
would be.
I feel like that just because
Like,
you
you pull
could
from all the
essentially
different
do a
keys
skin
and-
over Cloud. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's almost the same character. It's
careful. Careful.
Sorry, I said that.
It's hot
Came
take.
out-
It's hot take.
But anyway, I feel like that would be.
It
a
would
skin.
play. It would play as a similar character. Yes.
Any other thoughts? Any other wrap-ups? Nintendo Direct?
No. I think I've covered it
No,
all.
I think we covered Luigi's death and gave him an
Graphic.
honorable mention.
Maybe in the next one it'll be a Sub-Zero head rip off of one of the classic up Toadstool or something like that. That'd be great. Okay. Well, thank you guys all for tuning in. If you guys have any other characters, comment on our Twitter page at @wizard_gamers. Let us know who you think should be some good additions to the Smash universe. Let us know your reactions on this. Please click and like this video and subscribe. Also, check out our podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, any of the standard SoundCloud, any of the standard podcast sites. So thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you guys again soon. Remember, keep the magic in those thumbs.
Keep the thumbs.
See you guys.